So check this out. I literally just went and duplicated the saves. Here? So I just went and duplicated them. So let me just, for the hell of it, try loading one of these. We can do these 5 attempts at a time, I think. Interesting. Then we won't have to do we won't have to reload so often. I'm curious. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I am able to duplicate the saves. So not only... Okay, so they have slots. And they also... I can just back up the folder. And it seems to not care. So that's good. So what we should be able to do is... let's take one of these saves. Let me, like, do the first save. Just get back here. I'm gonna load the first save, and then we're going to go ahead and get to the end of the gauntlet, and then make 4 more copies of that. We're gonna make like 4 more copies of that, and then. And then I guess we're just gonna back that up, and then we'll be good. That should be all we need to do. First, though, we need to like dump all the equipment into this. So we made a ton of these potions. So you have Sturm Spirits. We are gonna make some more Delving Tonic, and Delving Tonic needs these bugs. And I was gonna do a chunk of this last night, and then I realized, I'm tired. So I had to go to bed. I slept pretty alright, so that was a plus. I think I figured it out. My sleep apnea has gotten worse, so I'm able to actually crank up the pressure on the CPAP machine. What I might do actually is upgrade. Crap! I could do a bunch of, like if I'm willing to grind just a little bit, I could get a bunch of the Maiden Spears and all sorts of stuff. This is kind of worth. Okay, well let me think this one through. We got some mushrooms. I needed to grab. I thought I had more of those bug things, and I don't. Lingonberries we're gonna get rid of. All right, let's go get 4 more of those Delling things. What are they? Delving Tonics. I think we can make this nice and convenient to retry. Okay, so I need 2 of the bugs each. So where's a merchant?
There's...
I guess I need 1 more. Let me go over here. Make. Oh, you need tons of bugs for this. Okay, I need 3 more of these apple crickets.
Can't say it.
This is really weird how it's like a crafting system via trades. 1. Because it's kind of weird. It's like it allows you to basically say, like, you can get crafting materials from browsing. You can get scoria from browsing, and then you can get both of those technically from all of your, like, you could buy scoria for later, and you can also just buy flat out, just get the ingredients. Don't know if I played a game with that. Okay, so we have probably should get one more set of mushrooms, maybe two. Yeah, let me wrap up this one and get another set.
There's no...
Alright, almost done. Okay, so that's 4 sets of mushrooms. I kind of want to buy some spearheads. I kind of don't even feel the need for this axe, by the way. Hey, Sindro.
There's no...
But I can continue to upgrade it, so I kind of don't see why not. Although, with where I'm at, maybe the hammer's better. The hammer has higher stagger by like an order of magnitude. I don't know.
Hello!
Hey, Kunzer. I'm not sure. Maybe... Kunzer, I've been thinking about the, what's up with the commands, and I think the cooldowns, the global cooldowns for the... I'd be shocked if it wasn't that the global cooldown for the commands isn't initializing properly, and I think it doesn't go off cooldown until the first time you use a command. I think it might be every command doesn't work on the first attempt. I'm not sure. I have to take a look. There's like at least a couple different tiers of cooldowns. Like there's a rate limit for API requests to Twitch. There's a rate limit for, or there's a throttle for how quickly I'll try to send messages at all. There's a cooldown globally for commands that I think there's one for sounds. No, there's 2 for sounds. And then I think there's one more for individual commands that I can't remember. How's it going, Snow? One thing I wanted to do would be to add a command cooldown on a per user basis. I just never did it. Because then what I could do is make it to where most of the cooldowns are actually pretty short, but if one particular user tries to spam stuff, then the cooldown is much longer. Something like that. I mean, it's all this busy work once I get my head together and I have time. Trying to think what we're doing here. I don't know if I should upgrade. I don't know what I should do weapon-wise. If I wanted to continue to upgrade the hammer, for example, like whatever my highest tier weapon is, it's going to be hella expensive to do. So this is +3. This is also +3, so I can swap these, no issues. I wonder how much damage a fully upgraded maul will do. I haven't been focusing on those at all. But if I want to DPS race these things, that might be the way to go. Wow, okay, so one thing I'm noticing, I thought this was only with a couple of areas. So every NPC... Every single NPC has music It seems to pick up the most once you build up the town. Let's check it out. So where else can we check? I don't hear it here. I'm not sure if it's per area. Yeah, it's per structure, I think. Everybody contributes just a little bit to this, to the town music. It's got a really nice touch. 304, 326. This is going to start doing crazy damage. I would need to get an enormous amount of scoria for this. Nah, alright, no. I finished up, I finished Ghost of the Tale. It was good. And then I went back and we did we wrapped up like all the side quest stuff. And there was a bunch of extra story to that. Plus a couple items I wish I got sooner. But whatever. So, let's see. If I really, really want, we can go and grind some more scoria. And considering that we can stock this all up, it might be worth it. Not super sure. Wonder what the deal is with the first swing. Because it seems like it's better to run into it. It's very expensive to use, though. You know what? You know what I'll do? Let me get all of what I currently have wrapped up. Then we'll walk over to the boss, give it a shot, and if it doesn't work out, then we'll go ahead and we'll do some more grinding. Because at least then, I know how to, we can back up the saves really easily. We can do it, we can literally do it while the game is running, as far as I can tell. Because it only reevaluates the save slots when you go to the menu. So we can make this work. We pop the scoria. Oh, we'll make some maiden spears. I think I can make them. I think it's like 7 spearheads.
Amara is...
No. Wait, what? You talking smack?
It's good to ask for help when climbing.
Hold on.
The mother scale, well, it's not working as quickly as I'd expected. Give it time, I keep saying to Batuan. Give it time. Amara is less knowledgeable than I would have expected for a seer. I asked her to help clean a deer. She stared at me like I had grown a pair of rabbit ears.
Okay, never mind. Nobody wants to clean. Nobody wants to have to deal with that. Nobody wants to have to gut out an animal. Well, I don't know. Some people are fine with it. But if that makes you squeamish, I can understand that.
All this away.
Oh, hold on. Where's a where's another merchant? Here.
There's those...
Yeah, we have enough for a set of 9 of these, and I guess I'm gonna pretend that's enough for now. And I had the crackling ones too, so Finish up the bone spears too. While we're at it. I'm gonna buy 3 more of the spearheads, and that'll be it. And then we'll go.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, let's start organizing this just a little bit so it's easier to work with. And I think we're ready to go. Okay. I'm really hoping this goes smoothly though, man. I was having so much of a struggle last night. It was so incredibly frustrating just to try to, like, get a certain distance in and then go, alright, well, I guess we're gonna run the entire way back. Yeah, we're actually gonna kill these. So luckily the build that I have has enough regen to where I can take little minor hits like that and not worry about it. Yeah, the run back is completely unacceptable. I'm glad we can at least back it up and reload. So at least I'm not forced to deal with it. Because that's just ridiculous. Kind of really curious though, since I saw that the mall I have, both of the two-handed weapons are like really low upgrade levels. I wonder what they would be at, like at 7. Because right now I'm getting literally like 300 and change out of it. 241 with a one-handed, or with a regular swing, and 304 charged. And I can get that probably to 400 or higher. Oh god damn it, Yokel, you're killing me. If he's not back, I'm gonna have to run it the entire way through. Well, at least if we wait, he'll probably show back up. In the meantime, we're slowly healing. Worst case scenario, we'll just run the entire way back until he shows up. I keep forgetting about these stupid things. Freaking skeletons, man. So this is literally the end. Trying as hard as I can to not take a hit here. Because I'm trying to rely on just like the regen healing, just so that I don't have to spend any resources whatsoever. So now I have to just wait and... Okay, good. Finally he's back. Gonna wait a bit. Gonna quit out. Gonna back up the save. Copy the save. And then... or we're gonna duplicate the slots, back up the folder. And then we'll have as many tries as we need. You can see, like, if you align with the red, with the beam of light, you can see I'm slowly healing. Kind of hard to see with that in the way, isn't it? You know what would be awfully cruel, though, is if you can't... If it puts you back at the ritual stone every time you, wouldn't that be awful? If it put you back at the ritual stone every time you, you reloaded, that would be the cruelest, worst thing ever. Alright, only a few more moments now and I'll be ready to go. That's the only thing I could think of that would ruin this. Alright, pretty close now. It kind of reminds me of like when you're waiting on a load screen and you're not sure it's moving, so you put the mouse cursor just like literally right on top of it. Alright, we're set. Now to figure out if this is a super cruel system or not, let's find out. Does the game hate me? Oh, it sounds like... No! You piece of garbage! I can't freaking believe it. What freaking special hell is this? Alright, well, let's at least back up our save. What? That is like a tier of bullshit that I'm struggling to digest right now. But let's go ahead and just quickly back up the file. Let me quit to the main menu, back up the slots. That is completely ridiculous. That's just... I can't believe it, but... At least we're gonna save our score here. We won't have to grind. It's something. But what completely fucking ridiculous hell is this? Oops, sorry. Help if I hit the right button. Alright, so save 1 is 1:37 p.m. Saves 2, 3, and 4 are in the morning, so we can delete all of these. Save 0 is 2 p.m. So let's go ahead, back these save slots up. Alright, and then I'll make one more backup. Oops. Okay. With any luck, you at least have that. That's something. I mean... It's still absolutely bonkers that you that you actually can't reload literally at the end of that horrible path, but whatever. At least there will be no grinding involved, if nothing else. Because that's probably the bigger... I mean, that's more than half of the travel anyways. It's just, oh, I fought a boss that required me to spend everything. Now I have to grind again. And that's the Demon Souls problem. That's to some degree, it could be the Dark Souls 2 problem if Dark Souls 2 wasn't so easy, comparatively. I don't know, it has some difficult points. I guess more so it's not so difficult as to force you to grind, I guess. Like, you can do it you can comfortably get through it within the context of your Estus most of the time. Where Dark Souls 1 is very similar. Dark Souls 1 is very well tuned within the limits of the Estus that you get. Alright. That's the one I keep missing. Oh, interesting. So if you hit that wraith, it just doesn't come back, I guess. Guess we're done there. These spears are kind of worthless, so I don't like care too much. I definitely have to say, like, this particular section of the game is, I feel like I'm being super disrespected that this is the thing. The boss is really cool. Not having a checkpoint is not. Alright, I think we're almost done. No. I'm not sure if I got knocked down or what. Okay. Alright. We're here. Let's wait like 40 seconds for the... Well, let's walk all the way down. And then we'll wait. Wait for Gavin's blessing to come back up. And then we'll walk in. And I've got storm spirits ready? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I can't help but feel like, even though, for the most part, I don't benefit from the webcam at all, and honestly, like, it takes away from the stream for me in terms of, like, not that I don't think that it's nice for the people who actually like to see how I'm reacting and everything, but, it turns people away from the stream. People will go in, they'll see my face and go, nah. On top of that, there's also just the fact that there'll be like lights and stuff on me, glaring at me, and just not in the mood for that. But if all of those problems were fixed, I would totally run. I totally run the webcam. Just so, what I was going to say was, I run the webcam so people could tell when I'm stopping for a minute to grab a drink or whatever, because I'm hoping the microphone isn't so sensitive that you can hear anything besides the clinking of the water bottle, because I know how awful that would be otherwise. So apologies if that's super loud. Alright. Face tank that. Oh, wow. Okay, he's healing. Okay, I was about to say. Seems like the Storm Spirit's doing work. Wonder if I can get both of the effects running at the same time. Doesn't say it, doesn't say. You can only just put one quick slot at a time. Seems like they're both running. I see the effect for both. Oh, well, one's the mushroom. I don't know. Alright, here we go. We popped the other potion too, so... Now we're proper ready. Oh my god. Okay. Oh god. First time he attacks me and that Geffin's Blessing isn't as good. Okay, chunk of the way through this. Yeah, I thought you would come back. Let me refresh this. Oh, he's fully dead. Perfect. Great. That's actually way further back than I wanted to be with all this. There's one attack I wanted to do in particular. It's easy to work with. That one. And that one too. Any of the big ones with huge recovery. Okay, so I'm starting to understand that one never has a follow-up. This one never has a follow-up either. That one never is a follow-up. I gotta deal with that. I start using that. Oh my god. Okay, we can deal with this. Can't deal with that. Holy crap. I didn't mean to use that. Oh, you're killing me, dude. Next time she starts running around. We need to, next time she starts running around, I need to go and get my potions swapped out, my mushrooms swapped out. Alright. Gotta be way more careful with that. Oh my god, please. Yeah, we're getting pretty close now, I think. Okay, this is repeatable. Alright, so we can... she consistently does attacks that are... I can pick the ones that I want to deal with, so this is fine. Alright, are we set?
Wander no more, for the Ashen sees you, and the bright light that burns within. You are the Guardian. It is a heavy mantle to bear, yet I know you have the courage to carry it. I leave knowing that humanity will protect the Ashen for as long as the light endures. Do not mourn my passing, for my echo will ever linger in this world. The threads that bind us are strong, spun as they are in this new age of light.
I guess I probably would be happy if she did more damage and had less health, but where she's at is probably okay. Once I figured out that you can like, she's really easy to bait out once you're paying attention, and you're focusing on the fight rather than focusing on the gauntlet leading up to it. And it wasn't really even a crazy bad gauntlet. I just thought the fight was harder than it was. So a lot of the assault was kind of unwarranted. I feel like it's a bit, it's way more focused than any of the other fights in the game, where I feel like you really have to dedicate yourself to it. And I think it's kind of part of why I was getting a little bit confused as to what they were expecting out of me. Because, like, the rest of the fights, especially the Shadow of the Ashen, was, like, chaotic, and, like, you need to go ham, and you need to get it out of the way, because you're going to get overwhelmed if you don't. And you don't have a lot of time to make a lot of decisions. And a lot of multi-enemy fights are like that, unless they're closer to, for example, the Twin Mantis fight in Hollow Knight. Then the AI kind of isn't working together, you know? So, really, I mean, honestly, I shouldn't have been as upset, and I shouldn't have had as much trouble as I was having yesterday. I mean, part of it, honestly, was that, it was the end of the day, I was exhausted, and I wasn't ready to look at it. I wasn't ready to have, like, a good, decent look at it and kind of formulate a reasonable opinion of it. But I definitely feel like the game set me up for to approach it differently. And as I said before, there definitely is a bit of, like, inconsistency as to how the difficulty is presented. But no, I mean, considering I didn't have to reload saves over and over again, and, considering that the second half of the fight is if you're really deliberate about it, it's not that bad. I feel way less salty about that I was yesterday, where yesterday I was just like, oh man, this is bullshit, and, you know, I don't feel as much of a need for that checkpoint. Yeah, I was exhausted. Alright, well, let's see what Children of Cisna is all about. Start the game with reduced health and stamina. No, never mind. Never mind. I thought that was, like, additional content. What are you, drunk? What does continuing mean? Is this New Game Plus? Oh no, it just puts you back. So literally, it says defeat Cisna, but I have 70,000 scoria now. What's my inventory look like? Oh, this is before I spent everything. Actually, that's kind of bad then. Hold on a sec. Let me go back. Did it clear my previous save? What happened? Did it not save, post everything I was doing? Oh, here we go. So if I load this, what happens? It's a check mark, so I think it counts as beating it. I guess it puts me back where I last rested. So I guess you have to rest to fully update the save. Interesting. Okay. Well, in that case, then the previous copies that I made were totally worthless. So the previous copies that I made were totally worthless, and the funny thing is that, you know how, like, okay, you went out, you went and died or whatever, and they put you back at the last checkpoint or whatever. I don't think that counts as a save, or I'm not sure what's going on. Their save system does not work like Dark Souls. Dark Souls is extremely deliberate about, like, all right, well, every few seconds, so long as you're on solid ground, like a non-dynamic object, it will save. Which is why when you do the, so you know how there's that jump you have to do to get the Avalon? You have to wait a few seconds before you leap, and then land and then quit. And if, like, if you messed it up or if you died or whatever, it just puts you back at the head of the stairs or whatever, and you can just do it over and over again. And it doesn't, for example, it doesn't, if you survive the fall, it doesn't just say, oh, well, we're going to save you at the foot. We're instead going to save you literally at the top before you make the jump. So it's not like you have to go the entire way back and rotate the staircase and go a little further and rotate it again. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. Because if you stood on an elevator, it's not going to save no matter what. It just won't, because I think the game doesn't have any confidence about the state of the elevator, and it's the same reason why they won't do paired animations on the spiral elevator in Anor Londo, or the spiral staircase, I guess, in Anor Londo, because you can rotate it, and you could rotate it mid paired animation, and the game would probably have no idea what to do. Probably just kick you right through the ground. Not that I haven't done that on a static staircase. We did that in front of Anor Londo a while ago. We kicked a guy through the ground. We kicked the host through the ground and killed him and won the invasion. I'm not even sure how it happened. I've got it on video. So Bataran's out. Doesn't matter if he has an arm. Meanwhile, Cisna here. So what happened to React then? Because we have, let me see. We have a relic for React. Let's see. Somewhere. The Talon of React. A Talon from the hand of React, the Nightstorm, eldest of the Elder Dark. Some believe React died at the first Age of Light after a mighty battle with the younger Elder Dark, Cisna and Ukoto. Your battle with Ukoto is a mere tremor in the shadow threads compared to the mighty roar of React. Well, now that we've technically beaten the game, I'm kind of curious if we can find React. If React is, like, something we can fight. I'm gonna Google this real quick. Just because I'm curious, and I would hate to miss it. Let's see. The Ashen Wiki says, his talon was first owned by Cisna and stolen by Koto. Assumed, as React had talents, he is also an evil to rival. Well, this has got grammar issues, as a wiki user want to do. But they're assuming React is an eagle like the Ashen. He was destroyed by and hostile to the Lesser Elder Dark. Presumably he's the main antagonist of the universe, yet does not appear in the game. Okay. He was like the creator of shades. There's a big giant shade in one of these. No, never mind. Perspective. Okay, so let me take a look and see if there's any hidden bosses or anything. How many bosses are there in Ashen? 5 bosses, no mini bosses. Let me think. Ukoto, Cisna, Ukoto, Cisna, Amiran, the Shadow of the Ashen, and there was one other boss that ended up being a mini boss later on. Here we go. Garorin, yeah. Wow, that's it. Yeah, he's the one that's he's the one that had taken this thing, and now I'm looking at the wiki. I can get the name of these things. These are Diosauras, or Diosauras. So strangely enough, the mother that we the mother creature that we had pass by, there's nothing else we can do. We can't, there's no additional fight, there's no additional quest. I was kind of hoping we'd go back. Such a gigantic creature is only, you know, obviously it's cool that it leads to fast travel and everything. But I'm kind of surprised there isn't more dealings. I mean, the same, I guess, would go for the Ashen, but the Ashen kind of makes a little more sense. I would kind of have wanted to see, like, a cutscene where it, you know, it either fully hatched or whatever, but not even that. Huh. Well, maybe there'll be additional content. People were asking about that if there was DLC. So far, there's only, like, the like brutal hard mode, whatever. Oh well. I mean, it was good. I mean, the final boss is good. The lead up frustrated me, but once I figured out that the final boss really wasn't that hard, my perspective has changed a lot. Like, I was way saltier yesterday about it. But yeah, overall the game's good. I will say I kind of wish I can only hope that they expand it out at some point in the future. Maybe flesh out the lore a little bit, because there's a lot of stuff, there's like a ton of name dropping and everything, and you hit upon some of it, and some of the rest of it seems a little superfluous. Like, it doesn't have a lot of connections. Actually, I gotta get to the... Here we go. Little bits and pieces of the world are kind of given to you and not really elaborated on too much. Which is kind of sad, because a lot of this kind of, like, especially when they talk about all of the characters and the history of, like, you know, they had, you know, legions of tinkers in Lethyrus, you know, they had, you know, fishing villages, and, with, like, a little bit of, like, you know, mixes of, like, cultural references and traditions and stuff. I wish you could dive a little deeper into that. But I could also kind of understand being an indie game. You do have to limit your scope, and overall, even though I didn't get some of it was just difficult because I didn't quite understand it. You know, for a limited scope that they would have to have adopted, this is overall pretty solid. But we're done. I've got some stuff I gotta do before the end of the day.